Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. Welcome again to another one of our seniors workouts from home. In today's video, we're going to be focusing more on your upper body strength and your rotator cuff muscles. As always, I'm going to pepper in some memory drills throughout, and then today we're going to finish with some important coordination drills. I'd quickly like to thank everyone out there who sent me your comments and feedback. I do take your advice and suggestions into consideration. Please keep sending them to me. Just leave them in the comments below. It only makes our content better. I think before we get started on the first exercise, we're gonna need a rubber band, a little rubber band. Doesn't have to be too thick. It's for your rotator cuff muscles. And you may or may not want a little towel or a rolled up newspaper. And I'll explain that to you now before we get started. This exercise involves you holding your hands facing palms down and tucking your elbows into your sides. And then from this position, we're going to open up the distance between your hands. So we're going to open up our, it's not our full wingspan, but we're separating the hands. I need to make sure that I keep my elbows tucked in here. If I don't do this movement, my hands and arms, my arms separate away from my body. Now all of a sudden, it's not a purely rotational movement. I've got other muscles that are involved in helping me out, and I really want my rotator cuff muscles to be working on their own here. It's an isolation movement. If you can't rotate the arms without developing space between your arms and your body, that's when you might want to use a rolled up newspaper. Just tuck it in between your arm and your body, and you're going to be doing the exercise just fine. As always, I'd like for this movement to be nice and slow paced. When you are releasing the resistance and letting the hands come back together, make sure not to rush that. Don't just let the hands quickly fall towards each other. Control your movement. Let's hold our palms down and tuck our elbows in. We're going to count from 0 to 90 to begin. Starting from 0, 9, remember to control, 18, the movement the whole time. 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 72, 81, and 90. Now I know most of you are probably feeling that already. We're not going to let up yet though. I'd like for you to turn your palms up. We're going to do exactly the same movement. Tuck those elbows in. It's just a different hand position. We're going to start back from 90, starting at 90, 81, 72, 63, 54, 45, 36. I certainly hope you're feeling it by now. 27, 18, 9, and 0. Excellent. You can put that band down. We are done with it just for a moment. Now I'd like for you to take your hands, bring them close together. I'd like for you to separate the distance between your elbows. And then I'd like for you to rotate the arms as far back as you can. So this is another rotator cuff exercise. This is a more general one. And then bring the hands back together and stretch your arms forward. So all together we'll do that. Bring the hands towards the body, separate the elbows, rotate the arms back, hold, and then put the palms together and reach forwards. You can do that 4 more times. 4, really rotate as much as you can. If you have trouble lifting your hands up this high, just do it a little bit lower. 3. As always, just do what you can manage right now. 2. The point is to do the exercise you're capable of doing so that you can get better, get stronger. All right, now we're going to need the band again. We're going to use it for a standing front arm raise. So I would hold it in my right hand with the top of the end of the band coming out the top of my fist, thumb side up. And then I'm going to step on the other end of the band. And I want to make sure that there's just a small amount of tension on the band already. It's not completely loose before I start. I'm going to put my right hand on top and I'm going to put my left hand just below my right hand. So I'm going to be using both at the same time, which is One side's going to dominate. And the last detail, I want you to separate your feet like this. They don't have to be very wide separated, but bend the knees so you've got a nice, comfortable stance. We're going to raise the arms as high as we can and then drop them down. Okay, we're going to count this in a multiple of 4, starting from 0. And again, control the drop of the arms. 4, excellent. 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, and 40. Excellent. Now, without wasting any time, I'd like for you to switch sides. Hold it in your left hand, step on the other end of the band. This time, left hand is on top, right hand is below. And a little reminder, I want you to pull your shoulders back and then slightly down for this one. Let's count backwards from 40, controlling the drop each time. 36, 32, 28, 24, 20, 16, 12, 8, 4, 0. Good. We are done with those now, but you're going to still need the band and you're going to need a chair for this next one. For those of you who want to make this a little bit more challenging for yourselves, you can place, we're going to start from this position where you'll fold forward and rest your hand on the seat itself. But if that's very difficult or taxing for you, then you can use the top of the chair. I still want you to flex the hips and the knees. So you've got to flex them both and then put a little bit of your body weight leaning onto the chair so that you're not doing the exercise upright. That's really the main feature here. Don't do the exercise upright because you get more resistance and better quality resistance and more range of motion, so a host of benefits associated with those things if you fold forward a little bit. So I'll demonstrate with the top of the chair, which I think is what most of you are going to do. So what I'd like is if you step onto the loose end of the band with your left foot, hold the other end of the band with your left hand, lean forward. I'm going to rest my forearm on the chair. We're going to pull up. We're going to pull with our elbow up first, and then we're going to extend, and then we're going to flex and drop the arm. It doesn't have to look robotic like that. It can be one smooth movement if you like. We're going to spell a word. It's going to be healthiest. You should see that above me right here. We're going to spell it forwards and then backwards with the other side. We'll start at H, E, A. Try to keep your shoulders down. L, don't let your shoulders hunch up here. T, H, I, E, S, T. Good. Just get yourself situated onto the other side. So step on the band with your right foot. Hold it with your right hand. We're going to spell healthiest backwards, starting at T, S, E, I, H. Don't worry necessarily, T, about how high up you get the arm. L, I've done this exercise before. I'll bring it back. A, do your best. You'll be better next time. E, and H. Excellent. Wonderful. We're going to do a couple more movements with the band, but we're going to do these sitting down now. So go ahead and sit onto your chair. What I'd like for you to do with this one is, if you're capable, hold the band overhead. We're going to stretch the band and raise one knee, and then we're going to release and stretch the band and alternate to the other leg. So knee raises. If you have trouble holding your arms overhead, then you can just keep the hands below the line of your shoulders, not even at the line, and separate the band and pull your elbows back at the same time. So in profile it would look like this. So when everyone watching to just choose either this movement or this movement. My preference would be to do the overhead movement simply because it's our only opportunity in today's session to get that done and to work the lats in that fashion. So we're going to spell another count another multiple. It's going to be a nice easy one. We'll make it 6. We're going to start at 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54, and 60. Now don't stop here, we're going to count backwards, and if your arms are getting tired, 60, then just lower to the second version. 54, 48, 42, 36, 30, 24, 18, 12. Keep those shoulders down. S'il vous plaît. 6. And 0. So after all that work, you notice I'm always having you stretch those hands apart in every position, especially when they're lower down. You'll feel your rotator cuff really working. Your shoulders should be feeling fantastic right now, or just very, very tired. Now I'd like for you to grab a ball. You should make sure to have something that bounces, and if you don't, just pause the video, go grab it, and come back. So we're going to do something for coordination now. This is going to be a bouncing movement. We're going to bounce the ball from right to left and left to right like this, one hand to the other hand, and at the same time, to facilitate greater coordination, you're going to tap your left foot twice every time. So it's a tap twice with the left, and again a tap twice with the left. The right foot doesn't have to do anything. If it's tough for you to bounce it from one hand to the other, then just bounce it and try to catch it with both hands. That's a good start. I have this, as I'm sure most of you know, I run this class that you're participating in right now as a live group 3 days a week under ordinary circumstances. And whenever somebody new joins our class and they go to do these drills, they go to bounce the ball, they really have a tough time catching it and reacting. The response time is not as quick. Their peripheral sight is not as good yet. So, but my point is that months down the line, I can watch that same person and they're much better. So please don't get intimidated or feel bad that you can't catch it right away. You'll get better. Just make the effort. So we're going to start 2 taps with the left, nothing with the right foot, and we're going to count in a multiple of 2, starting at 0, 2, take your time, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Excellent. Very, very good. Now we're going to do a throwing exercise. We're going to throw from our right hand to left and vice versa, so hand to hand. But I want you to tap twice with your right foot each time. And if you really have trouble catching, just make small tosses. So we're going to count from 20, 18, 16, 14, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, and 0. Excellent. It's been a while since we've done those ones. So that's all we have for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, leave your comments below if there's anything you'd like to see addressed or changed. But until the next time, I hope you all have a great couple of days. Stay active, stay healthy, stay safe. Bye.